meeting with James on many occasions over the last 2 years has been extremely proactive in my life.
I've attended several of James Smith's classes and seminars. He's truly a man of virtue and integrity, inspires the same in others.
James is motivational.
I've worked with James as a motivational speaker and would highly encourage others to.
He helped me to understand myself a little bit better.
Since meeting you and watching you speak, I want to be more like that, a little more outgoing, get that confidence in myself to speak in front of crowds or in front of different people.
And I feel that the program I was born to win, Lead to Success, has in fact done that for me.
I have experienced vast amounts of personal growth thanks to James and would recommend his teachings to everyone.
In addition to speaking and writing, he hosts a weekly I Was Born to Win radio program.
Know that. You're the winners. But it's not easy. Aren't you glad in a way that it's not easy? Because if it was easy, everybody could do it. And it wouldn't have the value it has if it's easy. Losing, the pain from losing, is what makes the pleasure from winning so valuable. If you've never lost, you can never enjoy winning. Thirst makes water valuable. You've never been thirsty, you never appreciate water. If you've never been cold, being warm does nothing for you. So thank God it's tough. Thank God it's difficult. Thank God you have to go through the pain. Because the pleasure is always on the other side of the pain, right?
Winning is for losers. What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that number one, losing is not bad if we learn from it. And number two, that we've got to experience losing before we can ever appreciate and realize the value of winning. It's thirst that makes water valuable. And until you've experienced the losing side, it's hard to really appreciate what winning really is. And it's basically to let the reader know that if you're losing, that's okay. Let's turn that energy into something positive, and then we can appreciate winning.
Pain for the proper purpose is productive. Pain for the proper purpose is productive. Proper purpose. How many of you got kids again? Ladies, now we can't relate, but we've heard when you have a baby, it's painful. Is it painful?
For men.
Huh?
The kidney stones for men.
Robert Williams says that.
Like a bowling ball?
Yeah.
Pretty painful when you have a child, right? That is a perfect example of pain for the proper purpose is productive. Wouldn't you agree? It was painful. Was there a proper purpose?
Get it out.
Proper purpose. So it was okay. You see, what kills us in life is the pain without a proper purpose. That kills us in life. The pain in our life without a purpose is what eats us alive. As long as we can see the proper purpose, that proper purpose will drag you through mud, slime, labor, everything else in life. If I don't forgive you, there's a value to it. Okay? So what I think I've got to do in order to be willing to forgive someone is I've got to identify the value of holding the grudge. And then I've got to identify the value of forgiving them. Guys, it's supposed to be a scale up here. That's what I've got to do. Because here's the facts. I'm not going to forgive you until I think it's working for me. To make it plain. And then that allowed me to keep seeing all his faults, and it kept eating me up. I don't want to spend my time and day thinking about somebody else's faults. Okay? Somebody can cancel your flight, but don't let them cancel your day and your week and your month. And that's what happens when we hold this grudge.
No, I really believe that. I believe every time we get rid of that bitterness, that's just another piece that we've gotten rid of that we're not going to use in the past. I talk about this a lot on my radio show. When you squeeze an orange, the only thing that comes out is orange juice. Nothing else comes out. So if we're going through life and we're not forgiving people, we're going to get squeezed. That's going to happen. And when you get squeezed, whatever's in there is coming out. And that's why we yell at someone or we react in a negative way. We didn't want to. We don't know why we did it. And it could be bitterness that we left in there a year or two ago.
That's good stuff.
So how do you find out you've got it inside you if you don't even know you got it?
Have somebody squeeze you a couple times.
I've about killed myself trying to be significant and valuable. And I literally about killed myself. Hit a wall going over 120 miles an hour one night. It's just a miracle that I'm living. And through all these challenges and problems, I've gotten a whole new passion and purpose out of life. I had to go through a lot of different things to find out about me and learn about me. Failure is an event, not a person. Of every day, our self-image is going up or down. Failure is okay, failure is necessary, and failure is needed. In business, which personality type would make the best four-person team? Huh? Go ahead.
One of each.
One of each. One of each. You've got the D that'll go out and invent it. You've got the I that'll get excited and go sell it. You've got the S that'll support it. And you've got the C that'll check it for timeliness and accuracy. What happens if you make a mistake and you put 4 Ds in a room together? You get an autopsy, somebody's going to die. How about if you put 4 I's in a room together? Party. 4 asses in a room together. First you get a group hug, then they hold hands and sing Kumbaya. What if you put 4 C's in a room together? You get an accounting firm, lots of calculators and laptops. Okay? They all get together for a game of Monopoly. Who brings the chips and the sodas? Steady yes. Who wants it at their house so they can show off their brand new high definition flat screen TV? Yeah. Who wants to win, lie, cheat, or steal? Who's angry? Conscientiously. They're also there to make sure the D's don't cheat. What do you think we're afraid of? What do you think your dealers are afraid of? What are some things y'all think we're afraid of?
Failure.
Failure? What else?
Rejection.
Rejection? Being out of control? Public speaking? Embarrassment? Being broke? Not having enough? A lot of fears, right? Now, y'all, I'm going a little deep here. And I'm not suggesting that by going deep you'll be able to look at a dealer and say you're afraid of being out of control and change their life. But if we know what's going on inside, it helps us the way we treat ourselves and other people on the outside. That fear is a nasty thing. Here's the ultimate fear. This is what every one of us are afraid of. We're afraid of pain, both known and unknown. See, all these fears we just talked about are things that bring us pain, one way or the other. The big killer is unknown pain. Okay? Being a person that was living a destructive lifestyle, I'm going to tell you right now, and this applies to you if you want to sell 100 or 500, but you're only selling 30. This applies to a dealer that wants to run 15 demos a month, but they're only doing 3 demos a month. They need the money. They want to win the contest. Here's the problem. We'll be in an area, a rut, if you want to call it in life, and it'll be painful. And we'll want to change. And we'll be hurting. But we know what we've got. We know the kind of pain we're in. It's the unknown pain that's around that corner that we're afraid of. Y'all, I don't know if you ever heard Zig Ziglar say this. He says fear stands for false evidence appearing real. Now, not all fear, but a lot of fear stands for that. It's amazing how we will allow unknown pain to control our life and keep us exactly where we are right now. I've talked to Mike about this so many times. Mike's always willing to go out and knock on doors. You know why he's willing to go out and knock on doors? Because he's not afraid. He's not in a must-have position. He doesn't need to do it to get the money. He doesn't have to do it. The pressure's not on. He's not afraid. He can go knock on the door and they can slam it in his face and he drives on. You take a guy that needs that cell, electricity's going to get cut off, go knock on that door, you can talk to him till you're blue in the face in any meeting and motivate them. But if you don't understand where their fear is, they're not going to knock on the door. They could be starving to death. They could be almost going through a divorce. But until they're willing to face unknown pain, they're going to stay where they're comfortable. This is why people shoot up. This is why people keep drinking alcohol. They're in a comfort zone. It's painful. But they convince themselves they can handle this. I know what I've got. I'm going to stay in this bad relationship where if he or she beats me. I know the pain I've got right here. I'm afraid to face life from what's out there. So I'm going to stay right here. I'm afraid of what I'm going to have to put up with. I don't have enough inside of me to face that. Mike's got it. He can knock on the door. He's got enough inside of him. He's got the money. He's got the security. He's got everything he needs. He don't have to count on them opening that door and smiling to him. Somebody else doesn't have enough inside of them, they'll stay right there. It helps us to know these fears.